to discuss about how to open the software and what are the tools involved in the AutoCAD software. So now in these sessions we will discuss about the mouse operations, extension files and software introduction. So mouse operations. So as you know, we are having three buttons in the mouse, that is left mouse button, scroll button, right mouse button. Left mouse button, it is used to select the commands and draw the objects, whereas scroll button is used to zoom in or out the screen in the workspace or the objects. Next, hold the scroll button to get the pan. It is one of the option to get it. That is, we can move the workspace in X and Y axis. This is about the scroll button. Next, coming to right mouse button, it is used to get the properties of the selected object. So these are the mouse operations. Next, coming to extension files. Extension files are those where we are going to save the file of the AutoCAD. So .dwg is used for saving the drawing of the file. Next, .dw, that is the templates. Templates means it is related to the templates of the drawing sheet where we are going to draw the objects. So these are the extension files that we are mainly used in the AutoCAD. Next, coming to opening of the software. So to open the software, first go to Start, Programs, and in that you can click the AutoCAD 2020 version. In this I am going to use a 2020 version, so I am using this. Or else we can directly see in the shortcut of the AutoCAD on the desktop. You can double click on it and you can open the software. Okay, now we will go for opening of the software. So go to Start. So these are the programs. Here we can see the AutoCAD 2020. From that you can click the AutoCAD software, or else you can see the shortcut on the desktop. Just double click on it, you can open the software. So as it is loading, so you can directly download the AutoCAD software from the Autodesk website. By giving the student information, you can get the AutoCAD software for 3 years for free. So now I have just opened the software. Just click on the Start Drawing, so that you will go for the GUI of the software. So this is how the softwares look like. So in yesterday's class we have seen this is the application icon, quick access toolbar. Next, this is the menu bar, and these are the tools. This is the AutoCAD version, drawing file name, helplines, helps information helpline. Next, this is the workspace, this is the coordinate system, and this plus symbol is the cursor. This is command bar, below is the status bar, and these are some of the tools. Okay, so now coming to the workspaces, how to change the workspaces in the AutoCAD. So how to change the workspace? Here we can see some of the buttons. Here where is the workspace switching, so that is workspace current. So just click on the arrow, you will get the 3 workspaces. Previously we have learned about there are 4 workspaces in the AutoCAD, but in 2020 we are going to get only 3 workspaces. So just click on the workspace which you are going to use now. So now I am going to use the drawing and annotation because I want to draw only 2D objects. 3D basics, 3D modeling are used for 3D drawings. Now I am going to switching the drafting and annotation. So the total tools in the workspace are changed because in this we are going to have only 2D draw commands. Okay, so this is about the viewport controls, and these are the view controls, and these are the visual style controls. Coming to view controls, we are having total 10 views. So first 6 views are used for 2D and isometric drawings, and and overall views are used for the 3D drawings. Next, coming to the 2D wireframe, that is visual styles. 2D wireframe is used for 2D drawings and isometric. Next, remaining visual styles like conceptual, hidden, realistic, shaded, sketchy, wireframe, X-ray, these are used for the 3D drawings. Next, this is the cube, where we are going to see each and every point of the view of a 3D object. So if I click on this home position, you will get the 3D view of the cube, and you can see the workspace as changed to 3D axis. If I click on the top, you will get only 2 axes. If I click on this bottom or front or any view like this in 2D axis, you will get only 2 views, two axes. Okay, so if you want to get 2 axes, you can click any face of the cube. If you want to get 3D axis, just click on the home position. Okay, next, coming to the this menu bar, you are having home, insert, annotate, parametric, view, manage, output. Now coming to home, you are having the draw commands, modify commands, annotations, layers. Okay, now I'm going to tell you how to use the mouse operations. So scroll button, I'm using the scroll button forward and backward so that the workspace is zooming and zoom out. So if you want to get pan, hold the scroll button, you'll get the pan. Okay, see, workspace is moving in this direction. Next, if I click on the top view, suppose if the screen is in top view, so if I zoom in or zoom out, the screen will be zoom in and zoom out. Next, if I hold this scroll button, you can move the workspace like this. So this is about the scroll button. Next, coming to the left mouse button. So left mouse button, it is used for sketching the figures in the workspace. Okay, for sketching the figures, first we need to select the command and click the, so I am using the line command. Now you can see in the status in the command bar, like line command you have used, it is asking for the first point, so I am clicking the first point. Next, it is asking for the next point, so next one, next one. So left mouse button is used to give the points in the workspace. That is, we using the left mouse button, we can draw the sketches in the workspace. Okay, like this. So you are using the command like line command. If you want to exit from the line command, you right click it and you can click the enter, or you can use the cancel from the command, or else you can use the escape keyboard from the keyboard for exiting the command. Okay, so this is how we are using the mouse to draw the sketches. So right mouse button, if I select this using the left mouse button, and if you click the right mouse button, you will get the different types of options, and if you want, you can get the properties of the selected object. So this is how about the mouse operations. Okay, so next, now I want to delete this object. Just select it from bottom to top, so you will get a green shaded, so that all the objects in the workspace are selected, and you can right click, and if I click on erase, it will automatically erase the object. Okay, now we will discuss about the functional keys in the AutoCAD. So coming to functional keys, as we know that we are having total 12 functional keys. So coming to the first functional key, so F1, it is help the user. So I will click on F1. Suppose if the system is connected to the internet, it will open a window like this. Next, it will ask for enter the keyboard. Suppose I want to know a command how to use. Now I want to know the line command how to use it. So if I click a command as line, enter, so it will automatically give the options related to commands. So to drop a perpendicular line, next to draw lines, line command, about lines. So these are different types of commands which are used in the AutoCAD. So line command creates a series of continuous line segments. Each segment is a line object that can be edited separately. So it will give the detailed description about the command which you are typed in the search. So like this, F1 functional key is useful for the user. Next functional key F2, command history. As you know, this is the command bar where we are going to give the command and it will draw the sketches as per our requirement. So now I'm going to draw some of these commands, like C is used for draw the circle. So I'm drawing the circle. Next I'm going to give the command as rectangle. Command for rectangle is REC enter. Now I'm going to draw the rectangle. Now I want to draw some lines. So like this I have drawn the lines. Okay. So now this is I have drawn the circle, rectangle and lines. So it will create history of the commands which you have drawn. So to get the history, just click on the functional key F2. So you will see the commands history which you have drawn in the AutoCAD. So this is how we can see the command history in the AutoCAD. So from starting to the ending, we can see the complete history. Okay, and history can be saved if you save the file in your system. Suppose if you close and open it the same file, you cannot restore the command history. And keep in mind, if it will be useful up to the saving of the file. If you close and open the file, you cannot get the command history. Next, coming to the next functional key F3 or snap on or off. It is used to identify the snap points in 2D and isometric drawings. So coming to here, so line will have two endpoints and one midpoint, and coming to circle, it has four corner points, that is four quadrant points and one center point, and coming to the rectangle, it has four corner points and four midpoints. Okay, now I want to draw a line from this quadrant point to this midpoint of the rectangle. So take the command as L, enter, specify start point here, and you can specify the midpoint. So this is how midpoint can be identified. So this is how the line is drawn. Now I want to draw a line from this end point to center point of the circle. So take the command as L, enter, specify this end point and specify this center point. So this is how I have drawn the line from one end point to the other center point. So this can be done by using the F3 functional key. So if this F3 is on, you can identify the end points or center points. Suppose if it is off, we cannot identify the points. So this functional key can be seen here. So this is how the functional keys is going to work. So blue color indicates the functional key is on and black color indicates it is off. So F3 is on, so you can identify the points in the sketches. Here we can see the object snap tracking, object snap point. Now I am going to off this object snap point. Now again I want to draw a line from here to here, from this end point to this end point. Okay, now I'm going to take the command as L, enter. So here I'm going to place a cursor, but the point is not highlighting because the F3 functional key is off. Okay, to get the identification of this point or any point in the workspace, just you need to on the F3. So it will be useful to identify the points and it should be on in the AutoCAD. Okay, if I now I'm on the now I'm on the F3 functional key, just select the point from one place to the another where you want to draw a sketch. So like this you are going to draw the sketches. F3 functional key is on. Okay, so here we have different types of object snap points, like go to object snap points arrow, just click go to object snap settings. So these are the drafting setting window where you are going to see different types of snap points like endpoint. It can be seen in the rectangles lines. Midpoint, it can be seen in the rectangle lines. Center, it can be seen in circles. Geometric center for circle. Node for point. Quadrant per circles. Intersections, where these two lines are going to intersection, that point is called as intersection. Extension for extension of the lines. Insertion, to place any object in the workspace. perpendicular for the lines, tangent for line and circles, arcs. Nearest, this is the point where we can see in every object's apparent intersection. Parallel, this can be used for the lines. Okay, so these are the object snap points. Okay, so in this all points are on. Suppose I am clearing all, I am untick the all options. Now I am going to tick only end point and center point. So remaining are all off. Okay, just I am click on OK. Now I want to draw a circle. So I'll enter. So each and every point, that is all end points of this of the lines are highlighted and center point is only highlighted. Now I want to draw from the midpoint, but midpoint point is not highlighting. So for that you need to on the midpoint point. So for that go to object snap points, click the arrow button. See here only end point and center point are highlighted. Midpoint is not highlighting. So on the midpoint so that you can get the midpoint. So that you can draw a line from midpoint to midpoint, from midpoint to midpoint. Okay, like this. Okay, next, now in this you are going to use completely all these object snap points. So I am going to object snap settings, selecting all the snap points and click on OK. Okay, now all the snap points are selected. Okay, next coming to the next functionality, that is F4 3D object snap points. It is only used for 3D drawings. Okay, by using 3D drawings I am going to explain this. And the snap points used in 3D object snap points are, so again go to snap settings, click the arrow, object snap settings. Here we can see the 3D object snap. Okay, click on that. So these are the points: vertex, midpoint on edge, center of face, not perpendicular, nearest to face. So these are the snap points used in 3D object snap functional key. Okay, key F5 isometric views. It is used to change the views in the isometric. So to draw a view in the isometric, first we need to change the angle of the cursor, that is it should be in 30 degrees. So for that go to object snap setting, that is the drafting settings, and click on snap and grid. Here you will get the snap type grid snap, that is the rectangular. Now it should be changed to isometric snap and click on OK. Now you can see the cursor position. Previously it was in plus, now there is some angle between the cursor. So here there are two lines, that is the two axes. This red color indicates the x-axis and this green color indicates the y-axis. So here the x-axis is somewhat in angle, that is it is inclined at an angle of some 30 degrees. The x-axis is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees. Now I want to draw a sketch in the isometric. So for that I am going to remove this. Okay, so already we have discussed there are three views in isometric, that is left, top and right. So this it is in the left view. Now I want to draw a sketch in the top view or right view. So for that we need to change the view. If I click on the F5, so it will give the cross symbol, means it is in the top view. Here we can see that is it is the view in the top view. Now again click on F5. Now it is changed to other side view, that is the right side view. So like this, if I click on the F5, the views can be changed in the isometric and we can draw a figure in that particular view. Okay, so now the red axis, that is the x-axis, if it is inclined from the left side, means it is in the left view. Now if I click on the again F5, if it is in the cross section, it is in the top view. Now if the x-axis it is inclined from the right side, it is in the right view. So this is how we can going to change the views in the isometric and we can draw figure in a particular view in isometric. Okay, now I'm going to draw a figure like this. Now the view is in the right side, so only in right side only we can draw the figure. Okay, like this. Now I want to change the view, that is from top to, now I want to change the figure to top view. So just click on F5. It is in the left view. I want to draw in the top view. So again click on F5. So it is in the top view. So I have drawn a figure in the top view. Okay. Next I want to draw a figure in the left view. Again click on F5. It is in the right view. Again click on F5. It is in the left view. So go to Command L, enter. So draw the figure like this. So this is how we are going to draw the figures in the isometric by changing the views with the help of functional key F5. Okay. Next functional key F6. DUCS, Dynamic User Coordinate System. So it is used to draw a sketch in a particular phase of 3D solid object. So now I am going to draw a 3D solid object. Okay, to draw 3D solid object we need to have three views. Okay, so now it should, to draw 2D figures or 3D figures, the cursor should be in this rectangular snap. So for that, go to drafting settings. Okay, so the command for drafting setting is ds enter. So directly you can get the drafting settings by giving the command. So go to snap and grid and click on the right rectangular snap and click on OK. So this is the 2D view where we have got the, so this is how the rectangle snap is on. Now we need to go for the 3D axis. So just click on home position, you will get the 3D axis. Okay, while drawing 3D figure, the workspace should be in either 3D basics or 3D modeling. So go to workspace settings and click on 3D modeling. So we are it will converted into the 3D modeling workspace. Now I'm going to draw a 3D object. Okay, here these are the primitive objects where we can get the objects 3D solid objects directly by giving the dimensions. So I'm going to use the box. So it is asking for the first corner and other corner and specify some height. So roughly I have drawn the figure. So it is in the 2D wireframe. Now I need to convert them into solid object. Just go to conceptual solids. Just go to visual styles. Click on conceptual. So this is how solid object is formed. Now F6 DUCS. It is used to draw in a particular phase of 3D solid objects. So in this it is somewhat similar to cube. So it has complete 6 views. We can draw a sketch in any one of these phases. And these 3D objects can be rotated in any direction. So for that rotation, just hold the scroll button and shift button. So like this we can rotate the object in 360 degrees. Okay, next, now I want to draw a sketch on the top face, this left face. Okay, so just take the command as C, enter. Okay, so while you are moving the command in this cube, so each facing highlighting. So this highlighting option can be done by using this F6, that is DUCS option is on. Okay, when this option is on, if you move the cursor in a particular face, it will be highlighting and we can draw in that particular face. So I want to draw a circle in the top view. So give the center point and specify the radius. Like this we can going to draw the circles or lines in a particular face in 3D solid objects. Okay, now I want to draw a circle in this face. Just take the command as line and draw like this. So this is how I have drawn the line in this particular view. Okay, now I am going to off the functional key F6. So DUCS is off. Again I am taking the line command L, enter. Okay, so I'm on, now I'm to draw a line in this face. Now it is not highlighting. Okay, so I have taken the command, I have drawn some figure like this. Okay, but we can't see the lines in this face. Okay, so if I rotate the object, see here we have drawn this line, means this face is not highlighting if the DOCS is off. So if you want to draw a particular sketch in any face of the 3D solid object, ensure that F6 functional keys is on. Okay, so this is about the F6. Next function key F7, grid on or off. Grid means here if you zoom out in the workspace, you are going to see some of the rectangular lines like this. Okay, these are known as the grids. So this on or off can be done using the function key F7. If you want to on, you can on, or if you don't want, you can off the grids. Okay, next functional key F8 or the on or off. It is used to draw only the straight lines. Okay, so previously we have used the line command to draw like this. Okay, now I want to draw only straight lines. Okay, to draw only straight lines, that is only horizontal lines and vertical lines, just on the ortho key. So that is F8 functional key. Here we can see the ortho mode. So just click on F8, you can on it. So now I am going to draw some lines. See, it is taking only the horizontal and vertical lines. So like this you are going to draw the horizontal and vertical lines using the ortho mode. Now I am going to draw a rectangle figure by giving the lengths. Okay, specify the first point. Now in this direction I am going to give the distance as 20. Okay, so distance is small, so I have zoomed it. Now in this direction 50, in this direction 20, next in this direction 50. So like this you are going to draw the line command by specifying the distances. Okay, so ortho is used to draw only the straight lines. Okay, next functional key, that is F9, snap on or off. It is used to draw lines in the grid point. So you need to on the function key F9. Suppose I have taken the line command. Okay, now I want to draw a line from exact to exact. Okay, like this. But if you zoom it, the line is not exactly with this corner point. Okay, so if you want to draw exactly in the grids, just on the snap on, take the command as L enter. Okay, so you can draw exactly at end points of these grid lines like this. Okay, so this is about the snap points. And in this, if you take a particular box, you are having the 5 horizontal and 5 vertical. Now I want to change this columns and rows, and I want to increase the distance, and this can be done in the drafting settings, DS enter. Okay, so grid spacing between these is 10 and snap spacing is 10, major line is 5, so I want to increase it to 10 and giving the grid spacing it as 15. So here also 15. Okay, and click on OK. So see, so total spacing between this is increased, and the number of rows and columns are also increased. So this is how we are going to use a snap functionality. So next functionality, that is F10, polar on and off. It is used to draw inclined lines at a particular angle. So now I am going to draw a line. Okay, so while I'm drawing the line, it is taking only the horizontal lines and vertical lines, means the F8 functional key is on. Now I want to draw an inclined line, so further we need to draw the functional key F10. So this is the polar tracking functional key. So just click on it. If I click on it, it will automatically off the ortho mode. Okay, so now I want to draw a line at an angle of 45 degrees. Okay, so this is 0 and 90, 180, 270 and 360. Now we need to draw a line at 45 degrees. So further we need to on the angle, that is 45, multiples of 45. Just click on 45, enter. It is 0, 45, 90. Okay, so just keep a line at an angle of 45. Okay, and give the length. Suppose I am giving it as 150, enter. So like this we are going to draw this angle. Like this we are going to draw a line at an particular angle. So if I want to draw a line at 90, just draw it, or at 135. So just keep the line at a particular angle and give the distance. So like this you are going to draw a line at a particular angle. by using the functional key F10. Okay, next functional key F11, O track on or off. It is used to track the object snap points. Okay, so that we can draw a line from one snap point to other. Okay, so take the line command. Now I have from this point I want to draw a line like this. Now I need to end this line up to this point. Okay, but from here to here we can't get the line distance. So if you on the track points, that is F11 function key, you can track the point like this. Just go to keep the cursor here, just drag it down. So this is how you can going to track the object snap points. So up to this the point is ending. Okay, so this is intersection of that line and this vertical tracking point. Just click here. Okay, this is how we are going to track the snap points and end the line. Okay, so once again I'm going to explain. Take the command as enter. Now from here we need to start the point. Now I need to end the point up to this point. Okay, so F11 functional key is already on, so just keep the cursor here and move vertically down. So this is how we are going to trace the points. Okay, this is the intersection. Just click here. So this is how the line has entered up to this point. Okay, this is used where if you don't know the length, by taking the snap points we can draw the sketches. Okay, to use this F11 functional key, ensure that F3 function should be on. By using the snap points only we can trace the points. Okay, so next functional key, that is last functional key F12, dynamic input. Okay, so here we have given the commands. Here we are giving the commands and values in the workspace only. Okay, while drawing. Now if I on the F12 functional key, if I give the command, it will automatically take in the workspace only, and if you move the cursor it will showing the first position and next position along with the distance and angle. So this is how it is going to use. Okay, suppose if I want to draw a circle, so it is asking for the center point. If I give the center point, it will automatically display the radius of that circle. Suppose if I am going to draw the rectangle, it is showing the first corner point. Okay, and other endpoint x distance and y distance. Okay, like this it will going to give the dynamically inputting of the values. So this is all about the function key. So next, coming to the control keys, we are having the control keys with numbers and control keys with the alphabets. Control keys with numbers, control +1. If I give the option as control +1, it will display a window like general, general properties, plot styles, view properties. Okay, so it will display the properties of the selected object. Suppose if I selected this circle and click on control +1, it will show the properties related to the circle like color, layer, line type, line width, transparency, and coming to geometry, radius, diameter, circumference, etc. So this is about the properties of the selected object. Okay, next control +2. So it will display some of the figures which are already drawn, and it will display some of the figures from the Autodesk library. So like in design center we are going to get some of the figures like integrated circuits, next basic AutoCAD textiles, next some of the fasteners like this cross head, hexagonal head, pan head. So if you want to get this, just pick and drop in the workspace. So here we can going that, here we are going to get that sketched object. Okay, so here like this we are going to have different types of design centers which are already drawn. Just double click, just click on it and drag it into the workspace. Like this you are going to get. So some of these, like suppose if you want to get a car, so like this you are going to get the, so just click and drag. So this is how we are going to get the objects related to design center. Okay, next coming to tool palette, control plus C. So this is also similar to the design center. If you want a cylindrical hexagonal, just click on drag it. Like this you are going to get it. Okay, so like modeling, construction, annotations, architectural, mechanical, electrical, for different fields we are having different tool palettes. Okay, next coming to the calculator. If you want to use calculator, just click on control plus state. So you can see the calculator. It will be used for the calculation purposes. Next is the control plus 9 command line window. So this is the command bar. If you want on or off, it can be done by using the control key, control plus 9. Okay, suppose if this control key is on, if you don't know the shortcut for the control key, you can use here, you can use the tools from the here, and now you can use the tools from the here and you can draw the object. Okay, next I want to on the command line, just click on the control 9, you can get the command line option. Next is the clear screen. So clear screen used to clear the tools in the software. So if I click on the control plus 0, the complete tools are will be in the hidden position. Okay, you cannot see any single tool or the command in the workspace. Now we need to give the complete command in the command bar only, and you need to draw the figures. Now I need to draw this line. So line, enter. So if you want to draw a circle, give the command as circle C, enter. Okay, so like this you are going to draw the figures in the software if the tools are in hidden position. That is, if the screen is in clear screen, you must give the commands and you need to draw the figures. So further you need to learn the commands. Okay, now I am going to on the clear screen by giving the command shortcut like control plus 0. Okay, now we are going to see the commands. So next function control keys are control plus A. So to select the objects in the workspace, just use the control plus A so that all figures in the workspace are selected. Suppose you want to select only single sketch, just click on it so that they can be selected. Okay, next control C, copy. If you want to copy one sketch to another, use the copy, just select it and use the shortcut as control plus C. Control plus X, cut and paste. So copy, so control plus C, so it is copied. Now I need to paste it, just control, use the shortcut as control plus V. Next it is asking for the insertion point. So like this we are going to copy and paste it. Next cut and paste. So again I am taking this line, now I am using the cut, control plus X, so it will disappear from this place, and if you click on the paste option, you can paste in the other place. So like this, the difference between the copy paste and cut paste. Next saving of this file. So if you are drawn any figure in 2D or 3D, you are going to save this file. So for that, go to application icon, save as or save. So save, you can save in the your system. So save as, you can save it as either drawing or template or drawing standards. So for saving the drawing, the file should be in .dwg. For template, it should be in .dwt, and for standard, it should be in .dws. Okay. So if I click on save as, check that should be in .dwg, so that file will be saved. For this sketch, we have drawn it. Okay. So this is how we are going to save the file. Next is undo. Suppose if I am going to draw a line like this, here we are going to see option near the cursor, so that is because of F2 function key. So ensure that while drawing the functional key, F12 should be off. Okay, without any disturbance we can draw the figures. If you want you can on it. Now I'm going to draw a line. Suppose I'm drawing a line like this. Okay, so while drawing, suppose by mistakenly the line has given the inclined line. Now I need to erase this line while using the command only. So for that, to erase this, or you can to go for the previous step, just use the control key, that is control Z, means undo. You can erase the previous step. So like this we are going to use the undo step to go to erase or go to previous step. Now I am erasing these 4 lines, control Z, undo, undo. So like this we are going to erase the previous step. Okay, and this undo option will be applicable up to the saving of the file. Suppose if you have saved the file and if you want to undo this step, it cannot be done. So ensure that before saving of the files you have used the undo option. So next, redo. Redo is used for the forward step, undo is for the backward step. Next, control P, print or plot. So if you want to print or plot, just use the control P, so that the selected area can be converted into PDF file. Okay, so here you are getting different options like printer or plotter. If you want to save it as PDF element or AutoCAD PDF in different prints, you can save it. So this is about the plot option. So next, control plus 0, it is used to exit from the software. If you click the control plus 0, it will exit from the software. Next, control plus N, it will open the new file. Control plus N, so it will open the new file. Okay, next, control plus 0, it will open the so control plus A, it is used to open the already drawn figures in the AutoCAD. So this is about the functional keys and control keys in the AutoCAD.